let's go to Rev says Desu here and see why exactly Hasan Piker thinks that he hasn't been banned from Twitch. I'm sure that the delusion will be absolutely wonderful. I am absolutely positively just giddy with excitement to find out why Hasan Piker, you know, the biggest lefty streamer in the world, who has repeatedly called for violence among his viewers against people he doesn't like politically, and who has backed numerous terrorist organizations openly. You know, both things that are against the TOS of Twitch, by the way. Let's see why he thinks that he hasn't been banned yet. You know, it's not like they agree with him or anything, right? Let's check it out.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So as you can see, I am not at the humble abode, so no VTuber model for today, but we have a lot to talk about. Many different social media platforms are under major fire right now, and Twitch is probably the one under the most heat at the moment. But I reported on this the other day. The CEOs of Discord, Reddit, Twitch, and Steam have been invited to testify in front of Congress. Of course, this is an invitation. They don't have to do it, but this is how out of control things are getting. And the main concern, obviously, here is the amount of violent rhetoric being shared in platforms.
See, and this is something I didn't say anything about because it kind of goes together, I guess, right? Sure, these determined people are, whatever, they're all invited to go to Congress and testify and yada, yada, yada. Nothing will come of it. Nothing will come of it. The only thing that is possible, right, to come of if they go and testify is for the government to put their hands even farther into your ability to do as you like on the internet, as long as you're not doing anything illegal, like, I don't know, like what Hasan Piker has done, and incite violence. Saying things like, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly what it is, bring knives, their guts should be in the streets, kill Congressman Scott, things like that, right? Those are incitements of violence, so those would be illegal, and they already are illegal. They already are bad dog, no biscuit, okay? So the only outcome, really, that I see is the government putting its dirty paws into the internet even more than it already has. And I am very much against that shit.
By these various social media platforms, it's a pretty big deal. Now, what's going on with Twitch? Well, everyone's looking at Hasan Piker, and we'll talk about him later in this video, but it appears that Mizkif was at least temporarily banned on Twitch for reasons that aren't 100% clear, but a lot of people are pointing to this clip of him just from the other day where he was reacting to the Charlie Kirk shooting and was basically making jokes about it.
That was traumatic.
Oh my god, my heart.
No, his neck.
That's so funny.
What? He's a right-wing political guy. They find that stuff funny all the time.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Oh my god. What a shot. Holy crap.
Miz.
So yeah, dude, yeah, that's I'm stuck on this one. Do I think he should have been suspended for it? No, I don't. I can't have the opinion of free speech and think that I should be able to come on videos or live streams and say what comes to my mind, whether it's angry or funny or cringy as hell. I don't think that I should be able to determine whether Mizkif or anyone else can say a shitty, dirty joke like that. Do I like it? No. Do I think he should be made fun of? Yeah. Do I think that the people should speak and just not watch anymore? Probably, if that's their prerogative, but being pulled, I think that's a bit much.
This is time for jokes.
What do you mean? Our whole political system's a joke. What do you want me to say?
Oh my god, my heart.
So yeah, a lot of people are looking at that clip and saying, read the room, dude. This was the day after the assassination. It's not a great look whatsoever. And I'm not super familiar with Mizkif, but the last time I saw him, he was in Japan doing pull-ups on cherry blossom trees, which is obviously very disrespectful to do as a tourist, a guest in another country. But a lot of people are looking at this and saying, hey man, I don't feel sorry that you got banned on Twitch. But he would have a sort of meltdown.
I mean, I don't feel bad for him getting banned for a temporary time. I don't feel bad for him. I just don't think that was the move, I guess. It's really hard, because being someone that's a very large advocate for free speech, he had the right to say what he said. Whether or not we agree with it or not isn't really the point.
Over this whole thing, where he had kind of a hot mic situation where he was saying a bunch of stuff and he got caught by some of these videos here. But to boil it down, he started complaining about the ban, saying it was unfair because it was in the middle of a sponsored stream, which, sorry, it's not convenient for you.
Dude, I didn't know that. Wait a minute, wait. He made that dumbass joke in the middle of a sponsored stream. How fucking stupid do you have to be? That would be if I was a sponsor. Okay, see, now we're taking free speech out of it. Now, if I'm your sponsor for something, I am temporarily, you are under my contract, I am temporarily employing you to promote my bar or my nightclub or, I don't know, my fucking dumbass gamer drink or some shit like that, right? Or, Chinese malware video game or, all that shit that they get sponsored to do. Which, hey, trust me. All right, hey, somebody comes to me and says, I'm going to pay you a decent amount of money to shill this shit. Motherfucker, you can goddamn bet I'm going to shill the shit, okay? But, I'm going to make damn well sure they know exactly who I am and how I talk and what I do during my streams, all right? Because, this dog and pony ain't changing nothing for nobody. But where was I going? Oh, yeah. So he's like, and my little mini tangents, too. Got to keep that shit right. You're basically my employee, contracted employee at the time. Wouldn't that break something in the contract saying, hey, don't be a dick or whatever? I don't know.
When you got suspended. And he also brings up the fact that it was originally going to be a week-long ban, but he also brought up one other thing, and that is Hasan Piker saying, and Hasan gets banned on his day off, which is something that a lot of people have claimed that Hasan Piker, even the very rare times he actually gets banned, it tends to be on his days off, which is, not too...
Yeah, very convenient for Hasan Piker, huh?
Too surprising if you know anything about Twitch and the preferential treatment he gets over there. But of course, name-dropping Hasan, well, it activated him, and he was very, very...
I love how Hasan wears a shirt that says "Make the Rich Pay," and it's like $100 fucking t-shirt.
Shocked by what Mizkif said, basically flabbergasted that someone would speak negatively about him and point out his preferential treatment on the platform.
Pluto, I didn't do anything wrong. Why did I get banned?
The Charlie Kirk stuff.
Wait, what'd I say?
You, hold on, let me look at it real quick. The guidelines say glorifying, endorsing, or expressing approval of a person's past or current traumatic events, and you said some things in a VOD, I don't know if it was yesterday or when it was, that was basically making light of his death. You said things like...
Pluto, literally everyone does that for everything on Twitch. What?
I mean, apparently across the line when you talked about how you're glad he's dead...
I didn't. I was making a small joke.
Yeah, and then you went on to say, I'm kidding, or am I kidding, or am I? Like you kind of...
Immediate response. Hasan's still not banned, by the way. What the fuck is this? A fucking joke? No, because I play when I was driving. They fucking ban me during my sponsor. And Hasan gets banned on his day off, and they ban me live. I'm in the middle of my fucking sponsor. Wait, what the fuck? Why is he bringing me up? Yeah, dude. I'm very careful about this sort of stuff. That's the reason why they have to fucking go all the way back to like 2018 to be like, see, he was violent or some shit. God damn.
Yeah, you have to go all the way back to 2018. So basically what Hasan just said is he should have been banned in 2018. Really. When it comes down to it, that's what he just said. I might be paraphrasing, but he just said, at least I heard, he should have been banned in 2018, which he probably should have. But no, there are very many new new things within the last year alone, let alone just 6 months, but it's okay.
Yeah, why you say fuck me for, bro? God damn. And there's like people in the fucking replies being like, whoa, Hasan is still not banned. Yeah, I wonder why I'm still not banned.
Because you probably sucked a big, giant, clancy cock.
Especially because of something like this.
Yeah, as you can see, he was absolutely flabbergasted and he couldn't believe what was being said. But we know Hasan Piker at this point. This guy has been doing basically everything he can to destroy Twitch. And it's really Twitch's fault as well because they don't want to do anything about it. They let him get away with everything. So why would he ever stop? The rhetoric just keeps getting more and more intense. I think a lot of people have pointed out something that I agree with, where he starts off with this very hateful rhetoric, and it's like, it's never going to be enough. So he has to keep upping the ante, going further and further, and he's playing a very dangerous game. This is not going...
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. That's always been my thought too, is right. They start out at the lower end of the rhetoric, like, fight back, fight, stand up, blah, 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 which is okay, fine, cool, whatever, I suppose. And then they kind of lead more and more into, they have to say more violent and more vile things because the people who they pull into their audience are demonic and vile people. They're evil. They're just, I'm not going to say misunderstood, because they're not misunderstood. They're fucking evil. Okay, when he's getting people saying based for the promotion of murdering a congressman, that's not misunderstood. That's fucking evil. Okay. When he's saying to take knives and shit to protests so you can quote unquote fight back against the right, you know, when the right has nothing to do with their protests and shit, that's just evil. There's no in between there. So I think he's at some point, maybe, if it hasn't already, and maybe he's stuck. Maybe he's at a point where he's cultivated such a vile audience that the only thing he could do is push farther, right? Maybe he's cultivated such an evil pack of demonic fucktards that the only thing he can do is push and push and push. The bad thing, or one of the potential bad things about him pushing like he does, is at some point there will be someone on the right that potentially Charlie Kirk's it. I mean, I hope not. Please don't do that. If you're thinking about shit like that, please go talk to someone, you know, like a professional. But still, that's my fear, is that happening. Because if someone on the right does something like that, does an actual political assassination in that way, any traction the right has gained in the last week and a half or so since Charlie Kirk was shot is gone instantly. So I'm hoping people don't do shit like that. But that is a conclusion I see happening. It really is. And I hope Piker, Hasan, somehow at some point sees the light through the trees, so to speak. But then again, I'm probably giving him too much credit as far as that goes. He's probably just a complete fucking moron who actually believes all the shit that he's saying and has radicalized himself even more by saying the shit he says. So, you know.
In a good direction. It hasn't been going in a good direction for him, for the platform, for anyone for quite some time, but he's still got a lot to say. In fact, he says that Twitch rarely takes action against him because he plays by the rules. Yes, this guy is saying he plays by the confines of the terms of service on Twitch. Do you believe that?
Yep, he sure does play by the confines of the terms of service of the TOS on Twitch by calling for violence over and over and over again. He sure does play by the terms of service, doesn't he?
I don't think anybody looking at this objectively believes any bit of what he's about to say.
Not gonna lie, your sub count, the only thing having them not throw you under the bus before this, Probably their metrics show you're not botted and viewers largely only watch you. Yes. There's a couple different reasons. One, because I play ball. Okay. I stick within the confines. No matter how much my haters try to fucking present it as the opposite.
He sticks within the confines of TOS. Yes, that is right, folks. He sticks within the confines of TOS, meaning he puts those knee pads on and gargles that corporate cock. That left-leaning corporate cock, he just gargles that big, fucking thick rubber schlong all the way down to his belly button. Fucking retard.
I stick within the confines of the terms of service. I'm a progressive figure, and also association with me for Twitch and therefore Amazon as well is a positive one in the eyes of mainstream news because they get a lot of prestige when...
Yes, mainstream news. So he says, I can't talk. See how he has to preface it, mainstream news, because anybody who actually pays attention hates his fucking guts.
And the New York Times writes about, you know, a young activist fighting the good fight or whatever the fuck, right?
Excuse me.
On top of that, I also make money for the platform because a percentage of your subscriptions go to Twitch.
And speaking of making money for the platform, has Twitch not actually made a profit like ever? In fact, I think Twitch actually costs Amazon money to keep running.
So for them, they see a lot of discontent. They see a lot of anger. They see all this like bullshit. And at least for the time being, they think, yeah, it's not, you know, there's no reason to just like fucking clap this person.
Yeah, he plays ball and he sticks within the confines of the terms of service. That is one of the most ridiculous, bold-faced lies I have ever heard. How is he really that detached from reality? He's either like a masterful troll at this point, or he's just completely detached from reality. Anybody looking at this objectively understands this guy runs amok of the terms of service. He has no respect for it. And again, why would he? Because they don't ever punish him on this platform. But also, he's been beefing with Nuxtaku, which is interesting. He quoted saying, "Judge me by my enemies." And the first thing Nux says in this quote is, "Hi, Jew here." Now, what did he mean by that? Judge me by my enemies. And that's the first thing that's included in the tweet. Very interesting. But a lot of people are clowning on him. I think he's definitely lost the pulse of his platform. You go to any recent Hasan tweet, he's getting dunked on left and right. He kind of lost the room, so to speak. He used to always tweet and everything was positive. You know, some people would criticize, but now, it's all just memes making fun of him in the replies these days. But yeah, judge me by my enemies. I'll judge you by your friends. This is a guy who platformed a terrorist. This is a guy who's friends with people who make violent threats, put bounties on people's heads. I mean, we'll judge you by your friends. We don't even have to go to your enemies.
Yeah, and that's what gets me too. Okay, yeah, sure, judge him by his friends. Just judge him by his actions. You don't have to judge him by anyone else. Judge him by his actual actions. Because he's called for violence on stream. He's done it on Twitter or X or whatever else too. And every other fucking platform he's ever been on. So call him by his, judge one by their actions. You don't have to even worry about his friends.
So a very weird thing for him to say, that is definitely for sure. And eventually, circling back to the main topic, that is definitely...
Let's go back here. What did Nux actually say? I uniquely get shit from the far right and far left, and I can say with an 100% certainty, I would entrust my life to a Hitler, Heiling, anti-Semitic, Jews control the universe. Oh, Nick Ferrentes Groper named. Oh, okay, so he's just saying some of the stuff that Hasan has said. Okay.
Definitely for sure. And eventually, circling back to the main topic here, Mizkif was unbanned after, I don't even know, hours after the initial announcement. And yeah, interesting, right? You think about the things that'll get you a couple hour-long ban like this, but then you have people like Tectone who got a 2-week suspension for calling Frogan fat. So,
but Frogan is fat.
That's 2 weeks, but then making fun of Charlie Kirk's assassination is a few hours. Interesting.
And by the way, I'm not sure if I've been clear about this or not. I don't think that Mizkif should have been banned for what he said. I think it was bad. I think it was not funny and all that shit. But, you know, if I'm going to be an advocate for free speech, I have to be an advocate for free speech for everybody.
Very interesting application of their terms of service and their punishment. But anyways, that's going to...
Twitch has never had an even application for the terms of service. Twitch has never, not one time, ever used their TOS fairly across the board and treated everybody the same. Not once. You know, it's like, Hasan Piker is an obvious example, and Frogan too, although I don't think anybody really watches her. But enough people do, obviously, for me to know her fucking name. But they've never, not ever, in the entire time that I've ever known Twitch to exist, has it ever been fair about its TOS across the board. Honestly, I think if it was, people like Hasan Piker would have probably half the viewers that he does. Progan would have fucking 0. It's that kind of deal. I really think that's how that would end up. And then too, right? Going on a little tangent for a second here. They had the we're gonna get rid of bots thing. Okay, you heard them about them getting rid of bots one time, right? One time. And have they got rid of bots? No, they haven't. You know how I know they haven't actually gotten rid of bots? Because I'm streaming and there's a fucking first time chat from a bot in my chat right now. So no, they haven't gotten rid of bots. They haven't done anything. They did one round of, oh my god, we're so totally gonna do this, and after everybody was like, okay, cool, awesome, they stopped. That's just how Twitch works. Always has, and until something happens, probably always will. But anyway, I am ranting, so you know what? Ludwig, do your thing.
Let's up those numbers!
Yes, help me out the numbers here on the YouTube and over on Twitch and Kick as well. I'm not really sure why I want to up the numbers on Twitch. Probably just to prove that I can do it. I have no real idea. But we're doing it anyway, because it's one more place to be. And I will see you guys later on. Have yourselves a great, wonderful, and awesome day. Bye-bye.